Hey guys, this is Lucrease Kidd of Glamour More Therapy, and I wanted to say good morning. I also wanted to welcome you to the Ready to Lose Inches. So, this group is for predominantly for women over the age of 45 who want to lose some inches or who want to better arm themselves for the change in life that's already happening or is about to happen. I have stumbled upon some new knowledge over the past 6 months, and so in in various ways, I'm just going to share some of my knowledge. But I've also served in the capacity of a nutrition success coach for about 5 years with personal trainers in the Louisville, Kentucky area. And I learned some things there as it relates to nutrition and how to get yourself ramped up for that. What you can expect is that every day there's going to be new content, and it's going to take about 20, no more than 30 minutes to present that information to you. So I did post like a calendar in the group, but it's kind of it does have a little quirks in there because I use AI to help me to generate it. And it still captures the essence of what I would like to do. So on Sundays, we are going to meal prep. And on Mondays will be motivation Mondays, really helping to work on your mindset as it relates to eating healthy, uh, just physically moving your body and supplementing your diet. On Tuesdays, that's when we're going to have what I'm going to call product review or sorry, product spotlight. And that's when I'm going to talk about different nutritional supplements that you can use to improve your gut health, your heart health, your mind, your immune system, and then things that, with an emphasis on nutrients that I think complement a woman who's going through menopause or perimenopause, or even for men who just need an increase in their stamina or extra push to engage in physical activity. On Wednesday, that's where we're going to work on our mindset again, but from a different perspective. And on Thursdays, I'm calling that Thirsty Thursdays. And each week I'll show you how to make a different meal replacement shake with our protein shake, our NutriPlus protein shake. On Fridays, that's when we're going to be intentional about having fun. And so it's going to be let's move Fridays. So we want to engage in some type of activity that involves fun. So if you know of any fitness trainers, anybody who's into yoga, stretching, please invite them to the community, especially if they have either online or in-person events in the Louisville, Kentucky area. And we also have members in New York, um, as well as Naples, Florida. So if you know people in those areas, please, that offer fitness or some type of movement activity, please invite them to the community so that we can take advantage of what each other offer. On Saturdays, that's when we're going to have a member spotlight. So we'll have one member at least one member join me live, and then you can share your wins for the week. In fact, I won't point out any one person. I will just have everyone just come on and share, an accomplishment or how they overcame a challenge. Okay, let's get into the message for today, and that is 5 steps to success. So this is the beginning of the first week of March, and you're probably trying to get yourself in alignment for the change in the seasons. And typically, as it starts to get warmer, we want to get outside. We want to eventually make our way to the beach, and we want a vacation. And so I think we would want to make sure that we are as snatched as we can be, but more importantly, that we are healthy. So there's 5 steps to success when you're thinking about making a major health challenge. And one is to set a wellness goal. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is to take ownership of your wellness. Step number 3, that's you need to get your environment ready. Okay. Step number 4, we need to plan for success. And step number 5, we need to make some friends along the way, so that we can grow as a group. So let's get into each of these. So the very first step is to set a wellness goal. And that's going to be personal to you. Okay. But when you set this goal, whether it's, I just want to lose, an inch or two within the next 30 days, or I want to shed about 5 pounds. This is, you have to, you want to make sure that you're setting a goal that's realistic. I mean, thinking that you're going to be able to shed 15 pounds in 30 days, that is probably less likely unless you're taking unless you're making extreme changes, and that's not what we're trying to do here per se. Okay, so you do want to let your friends and family know that you are embarking upon a journey, and that you are committed to this journey, and you would like their support along the way. What does that mean? That means that, number 1, they can either join you in the challenge, they can be encouraging, but what they should not do is, if they've decided that they're not going to join you, then if you decide to meal prep or buy yourself items that's going to help you with your journey, no, they are not to take your items for themselves, because that's counterproductive. And then I think you need to just get in alignment with other people, whether it's a friend, it's a family member, a coworker, where you can lock arms, and do things together. Make your wellness goal might simply be, I want to make sure that every day I set aside 30 minutes to just walk. And sometimes it's just easier if you can do that along with somebody else. You do have, probably a 30-minute lunch break, so you can actually go on a walk with a coworker. So that's a really good idea. It's also important to make sure that you're not surrounding yourself around negative voices that might spoil your enthusiasm. Okay. So yeah, separate yourself from people who are going to be negative and say, you're always trying to do something healthy, and you never follow through. Well, this month is going to be different because now you have some additional support. So step number 2, take ownership of your wellness. So it's very important that you cultivate a very strong conviction to make healthier lifestyle choices over time. Okay. People, we're going to have people through the member spotlight. We're going to share our journey. We're going to share our successes, and we're also going to share once we come across a stumbling block, but from a positive angle. How do we overcome that stumbling block? But I do want to encourage everyone, take ownership of your life, take ownership of your wellness. Stop making excuses for what you know darn well you should do, but you're not doing. Okay. And we're going to do this together. As I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to myself. For instance, I know I need to get out and walk 30 minutes. I feel so much better when I get out and walk, but I've allowed the cold weather to get in my way. But no more. Today, I'm definitely going out for a 30-minute walk. Step number 3, get your environment ready. So, if your goal is to start to eat healthy, well, guess what? You're going to have to go through your cabinets. You're going to have to go through your refrigerator and start getting rid of the crap in your cabinets, in your household. Oh, and your car too, because I understand that some people store snacks in their car. So we need to get rid of the crap. We need to get rid of the carbonated soda. We need to get rid of foods that have additives and artificial flavorings, preservatives, foods that are heavy in fat and sugar. Yeah, we need to get rid of those things. You know what those things are. Oh, and also things that are laced with um, what do you call that? Corn, corn syrup, not corn syrup. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Um, okay. Now, what I will do in this group and in the documents, or I guess I call them files now, the files within this group, I'll put up like a uh, a list of foods that you should avoid. And then later on, I'll post a group of, oh, and within that same group, I'll post like, foods that you may want to like gravitate toward. Okay, step 4, plan for success. Eating well doesn't happen by accident. So we're going to need to meal prep. So will be our meal prep. So you could think about like this first week, what you could start doing, you know, get rid of those foods, those snacks that are not healthy for you. Just get rid of them. You have from Monday through Friday to get rid of them. And then, between Thursday and Friday, you can start to put the things in your house that you're going to need to set yourself up for the next week. Okay. So just like you plan to bathe every day, brush your teeth, prepare, Okay, sorry about that. I had a mess up. So anyway, I'm going to continue. So anyway, step number 4 is where we plan for success. So just the way you show up for yourself, you brush your teeth every day, you wash your face, you make sure your hair is looking good, you make sure you have on some nice clothes. You have to do that for yourself in terms of your diet. You can't just leave it to chance that you're going to eat something good. Imagine you're rushing out of the house. You're like, I don't have time to prepare anything. And so you leave and you notice how like every time you do that, as soon as you leave the house, then you become hungry. And then you're like, well, I'll just stop real quick and get me a breakfast sandwich from Chick-fil-A. And then you go to work. And if you're anything like me, you have a strong work ethic and you just like to work, 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 work. And sometimes you might even skip over lunch. And then by the time you leave work, then you're ready to head home. You're like, dang, I'm so hungry. And then you'll wind up stopping by, let's say Chipotle. So you're like, oh, Chipotle is pretty healthy. So you go there, you get yourself a burrito bowl, you add on some white rice because you definitely don't care for the brown rice. You get yourself some chicken, some beans, but then what else are you going to sit there and add to your plate? You're going to have them put on some cheese, some sour cream. You're just like packing in the calories at this point. And then when you go home, you're going to wind up eating the whole entire bowl. And yeah, then you're because you starved yourself from the after you had um your breakfast sandwich. You're going to starve yourself. And so now your body has become a fat storing machine because they're like, I don't know if this chica or this dude is going to do the same thing for me tomorrow. So let me go on and pack in these nutrients. So, anyway, we have to have a plan in place to prevent that, to prevent us from eating out unnecessarily. And I'm not to say that you cannot eat out, it's just that we have to be disciplined in not only eating healthy during the week, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, but we also have to plan out like when we're going to eat out so that we're not taking away or subtracting from our original goal, right? So, what I'm going to do is provide you with a sample shopping list um, so that you can go grocery shopping and prepare your meal plans. And then also, what I can do is to when I come on live on Sundays, I'm going to be meal prepping for you so that you can get some ideas on how to meal prep. And then I do have like an ebook available. It's essentially a 7-day clean eating cookbook that I offer. It's completely optional. It's $20 if you would like to have it. And yeah, you could just put ebook in the comment section and I can get that to you. Lastly, I want to encourage you to make friends. This group is small right now, but it's intimate. And if you stand in alignment with us, we can just grow together. But I also want to encourage you to invite other people to the group that so that we can grow together and we can help keep each other accountable. We can navigate life challenges together. We can work on our mindset and with the ultimate goal of losing inches, addressing life changes, because life be lifing, and also to increase our stamina and our endurance for those of us who are going to engage in physical activity. So the physical activity that's going to take place, just to remind you, on Thursdays and Fridays. And these are things what I'm hoping, what I'm envisioning is that ultimately we will have people who specialize in fitness either offer something online that we can engage in at home. But to be honest, it's starting to get warm. So if you live locally, we need to try to maybe meet up in person and engage in physical activity together, either on Thursdays or Fridays. And so more information on that later. I know I will be actively finding activities to do, and I will intentionally invite fitness trainers in the group. But also, I'm also going to be having my eyes out on opportunities for us to exercise, because I don't know if you realize it, but if you exercise, if you dance, I'm looking for opportunities for us to go dancing together. Because if you dance for, I think it's like, I'll have to fact check me on this, but I think if you dance for an hour, do you know that you burn 500 calories? Yeah, you sure do. Okay, is there anything else I want to say? Essentially, what I would like to encourage is for you to take a leadership role by sharing your wellness journey. So as you are going through the motions and growing within this group, share, what you're eating for breakfast, what you're eating for dinner, what you're eating for lunch, some healthy snacks that you may have come across. Share a selfie of after you have walked, or share a short video clip of you actively walking or taking a jog or dancing, because I feel like these visual cues will help, and it will help to reinforce what you're already doing, because there are going to be people in a group that are going to cheer you on, but it's also going to encourage that other person. Oh, well, if they are, becoming the CEO of their wellness, then I can do it too. I can show up for myself. Well, hi, I'm Lacrice Kidd. I am an academic cancer researcher, but I am taking myself out of retirement as your nutrition success coach. Thank you for joining me. We will meet. I will go live again about this tonight at 7 p.m., but at least wanted to have this recording for those who, because as they say, the early bird catches the worm. So take this information and run with it. Thank you.